What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we are going to start going over it's back there somewhere, Mini Cooper.
Keep me down, I'm going, and if I ever fail, just know I'll go again. I never quit, cause I know that every loss may lead to another win. I'm going up. I bet when I land, they gon' tell me it's luck again. See that I'm winning, it's harder to watch. I'm setting the stage, you should give me my props. You ain't got no soul, you lacking the spirit. You talk out your neck, I'ma show you I'm with it. I would really hate for you to sit and watch me win again and win again and win again. I know it's probably getting on me and win a synonym. So if I ever win again, just know I did the minimum. I didn't have to sell my soul. Oh, yeah. Please don't play no games with me. It was never about the fame to me. They needed the best, so they came to me. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me.
So by the time you guys see this, I will be on the road to Las Vegas. SEMA 2021 is coming up. Yes, RTR is finally going back to SEMA after being gone because of the pandemic last year. So I will be there. I'm actually driving the RTR Series 1 powered by Ford Performance all the way out to SEMA, but I'm actually going to be bringing something back that's going to be fun too, and we'll probably feature it here on the channel. But that's not what today is about. Today is about starting on the Mini Cooper. So what we have here in front of us is a 1968 Mini Cooper 1275 GT. Now, I don't remember all the specs on this. I think it had less than 100 horse. I guarantee you it had less than 100 horsepower. Maybe like 90 or 80, somewhere around there. I'll put a full stats list up here on the screen. That way you guys can see it. It ended up costing us, I think it was like either $400 or $600 to get shipped on a trailer out here from California. Everything on this thing is mint. For the most part, it's kind of dirty, and there's a few things that need to be fixed. Overall, the thing's not too bad. We have this right here, this fender flare that is coming off. It looks like maybe some of the plastic has busted off. This fender flare over here is slightly cracked. Up front here on the grill, this section here got bent out of whack. You can see that there's a little bit of rusting right here on the front bumper, but that's the only rusting that I have noticed on the vehicle. That's really the only damage on this vehicle. All the striping here seems to be fully intact, looking pretty good. Of course, as you guys can see here, there's a big gaping hole where the engine would be. Of course, that's what we need to figure out. We actually still even have the drive shafts down in there. So everything is in here except for, everything is in here except for the engine and the radiator. We do have the radiator fan over in here. This one here was in California when we got it, but it actually came from Japan. One thing I saw when I was looking into this was that in Japan, the cost of having a vehicle registered increases as it gets older and older. So at one point in time, the cost to get it registered over in that country is more than what the vehicle is really worth. So a lot of stuff gets deported or imported here into the US. You guys can see right here, it looks like 2010 is when it was last registered. I honestly have no idea though, because I believe it's been sitting there longer than that. So I looked that up. That is a Japanese registration. The other thing is actually inside the vehicle here. Right there, it's got the markings in Japanese from where this car originated from. Well, not originated from, but where it was originally made to go. So I thought that was pretty cool. This is a right-hand drive car from Japan. As you can see, it's a small vehicle in general. I'll actually try and get in this for you. If I can see, I can just get in here. And it has crank windows. For any of you who weren't born before 2000, you probably don't know what a crank down window is, but there's a little handle here. You actually have to use your arm to crank it down. This thing is actually really tiny. I'm 6'1¼ on a good day. 6 foot, 6'1" is what I guess most people will say, but I'm still going by what they said in high school. And as you can see, I do fit in the car, but not very comfortably. This is the Mrs. car, and she wants to make sure that it's fast, that she can go up to highway speed, and that she can zip around in her, as she calls it, Zoom Zoom car. The problem that I am having is finding an engine that will fit in here that we don't have to modify. Now, I do see that there's a lot of K swaps, D swaps that can go in here. I've seen some people have to cut the front though to clear for the exhaust. I really don't want to do that. I want to have something that if one day somebody else decides to take this off of our hands, that they're able to swap it back or put the stock engine in there. I really hate modifying a classic vehicle. The other hurdle that I'm trying to get over is in here, right down there in the floorboard. If you guys look, that's not a stick shift. That's a automatic transmission. Most of the kits that are out there on the market now for these things, they all support a manual transmission. Whether it's the R1 swap, the Hayabusa swap, the K series or D series swaps, those are all made for a manual transmission. I don't want to cut into this car. I don't want to try and put a shifter in the floor. I don't want to add another pedal. I don't want to do any of that. So the other hurdle that we got to overcome is getting something that has an automatic transmission. But I want to know what you guys think. What engine should go in this vehicle? Should I go with the K swap? Should I go with a motorcycle engine like a R1, a Hayabusa, or a Harley Davidson? Another thing that you can do to these, or you can swap these over into an electric. I did reach out to some of the places out in California like EV West. They don't necessarily have a kit for this right now, and they are kind of backed up, so they couldn't even really help me at this moment. They did say they could get to me and help me eventually. I also know that there's some others online, but those things kind of get pricey once you start going into everything. But there are people online like Rich Rebuilds that's been able to convert everything pretty much into electric. So that means it can get done, and it's something that maybe I could look into, because electrification, this thing is going to be fast, and there's not a whole lot that I'm gonna have to do to it. Some other things that we're gonna have to do here shortly that we'll start looking into and are easy things that we can kick off this build are we need to upgrade the wheels so we can get a fatter tire on here. This right here is, what size wheel is this? This is gonna be like a 13, 14? This is a 12. Jesus Christ, that right there is a 12-inch rim. We are gonna upgrade those wheels. We're gonna upgrade the brakes, because we are going to be upgrading, of course, the engine, which means that we're gonna have to have increased stopping power. So that's one thing that we're probably gonna look at. That might be one of the first modifications that we do to this vehicle. I think we have a solid project here that wouldn't take very long to knock out. We just need to start getting parts in. So once again, please, please, please let me know what engine y'all want to see go in this. Do you guys want to see it be a motorcycle engine? Should it be a car engine? Should we electrify it? I want to take you guys into account when we start doing this build. Now, I know there are going to be some people out there that want this thing to stay original. They want to see the original 1275 engine go in there. That's not going to happen with me, because again, it's not my car. This is like the Fairlane. We did it, it was a quick project, it was something fun, there was a bunch of stuff that we probably would have done to it, but it wasn't our car. So we gotta take into account the person that owns it, what they want, and what she wants is to have something that's gonna go fast and she can have fun with it. If you guys have not already, please make sure to smash that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. That's right, it is free $99 to smash that button. And you know what? Go ahead and get a side of that bell notification. That way you don't miss anything that's coming up on this channel. And please give this thing a big thumbs up. It helps the algorithm, it helps more people see us. We're over 500 subscribers. Again, if you're somebody like a DDE or a B is for build, 500 isn't much to you. But for me, working out of my garage and running 2 YouTube channels, one of which that isn't even mine, which again, check out RTR Vehicles on YouTube. I host some of those shows. This is a big thing for me. I like to show everything that we're doing here in the garage and share it all with you guys. And I love your feedback, so make sure that you leave it. Thank you again. And guess what? You know what? Next time I see you, I'm gonna be at SEMA. Peace.